Oh my God, the beautiful bill is signed. What does that mean for the average American? Well, kids, you better get out your pen and notepad because you're going to need to know this. How are you good people doing? Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, and you're watching my channel, Model Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me on the platforms you see above and below. Clicking this thumb up down there does have my content and consistently recommended to you. And if when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification in the process, it's going to bring down the drop box to allow you to select all notifications. Do that, all right? Appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel that's called Man, Husband, Father. Let's get to 7,000 subs. I can get there with your help. We're almost there. Keep it pushing. Keep it going, folks. Every team I ask you to do on this side of my channel, make sure you do it there, all right? Me crisp. Anyway, you guys all know that yesterday we got a gift from President Trump. He signed off on the big, beautiful bill, and boy, did it send a lot of folks into some frenzy. These people are just acting like life is such as we know it is getting ready to completely end. But let's get ready to go through with this video that was sent to me by Yarnek, okay?
The big, beautiful bill is about to get signed. You see him signing the bill right there, that guy. Good-looking guy. That's what he would say. I don't think he's... Yeah. Anyway.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready to go through this together and listen to this together. Here we go.
And with that bill now law, what's in it for you? Our Brendan Kirby had a hefty reading assignment and breaks it down.
There are a lot of provisions in the new budget bill that apply to businesses, but we thought that we'd focus on the taxes and benefits that apply to individuals and families. We should start with personal income tax rates. Congress cut them during President Donald Trump's first term, but they were scheduled to revert back to the previous levels. With this act, they will remain lower across the board.
Lower? That sounds very scary.
Here's some other things that some of you have commented on.
How damaging this bill will be to their quality of life.
Critics of the budget bill signed into law Friday cite a multitude of objections. Here are some of them and what the text of the law says.
I want to make this clear as well while you guys are listening. You do know that the Democrats voted against not having no taxes on tips, right? Y'all do know the Democrats voted against that. You do know that President Trump is the one that proposed this idea, and guess who tried to come in and use that idea as well?
Kamala Harris did. I'm going to have no taxes on overtime. No taxes on tips.
Yeah, plagiarized Trump's plan. And all you guys were behind it. All you devoted Democrat, you guys were behind it. The Democrats were all behind it. But when Trump does it, which he did it in the first place anyway, and now he signed off, promises made, promises kept. The Democrats voted no. They voted no. They tried to play y'all. Imagine if they would have won. You wouldn't even be hearing about this right now. You guys would be screaming and crying. What happened to no taxes on overtime, no taxes on Social Security, no taxes on tips? That's what you would have been crying. Shout out to President Trump for doing the right thing and going based off of what we, the people, asked. Keep going.
A lot of people are going to lose Medicaid funding with this bill.
That's the federal health program for the poor. Democrats claim almost 12 million people will lose health care. The bill.
What people? If you're going to be pissed off at me for pausing it, you don't have to watch this. You can go right over to Fox 10 News and watch this entire segment by yourself.
The bill doesn't change the income eligibility requirements. Instead, it imposes new. Almost 12 million people will lose health care. The bill doesn't change the income eligibility requirements. Instead, it imposes new requirements that critics say some people have difficulty complying with.
Did you hear that? The requirements to stay on Medicaid benefits is not going to change. But what is going to change is something that a lot of you shouldn't even have a problem with, especially if you are a able-bodied working individual. Listen closely, ladies and gentlemen.
It requires able-bodied recipients to work, attend school, or volunteer 80 hours a month.
Let me tell y'all something about this right here. Okay? I'm gonna let me do something here real quick, y'all. Let me try to move this to where it'd be a more feasible view for you guys. Okay, so I won't be all in the way. Let's y'all like that better? Y'all like that better? If you like that better, give the video a thumbs up. Okay, give the video a thumbs up if you like me doing it like this better. Okay, let me put this a little bit more like this right here. Okay, let me stretch it out a little bit. Hit the thumbs up button while we're doing this. 80 hours a month of work, which I told y'all the other day, school or volunteering. That means in order for you to stay on these benefits as an able individual, which I have some disagreements with this. 80 hours a month of work. School, I get it. If you're in college, y'all, this is not new. If you ever, guys, trust me, I was in college. Right? You know how many people I know that had work study that were getting what they call student stamps, but they had to at least work 80 hours a month to keep those student stamps? You had to work for what you was receiving. What I don't like is that you can volunteer. Pretty much you doing community service to stay on those medical benefits. At least you're not sitting around doing nothing. But that's the one thing I don't agree with. I want them to be working, paying taxes to foot the bill that they're getting for being on Medicaid. That's just me. I want them to be working.
But critics say it's hard to know where to draw the line on who is disabled enough to be exempt from the work requirement.
That's where medical professionals will kick in. We have programs set up. Multiple facilities that I direct over, guys. We have one in particular. I'm not going to say the name because y'all going to try to figure out where I'm at and what I do and all the stuff like that. Y'all have already tried to come for all my licenses. That's not going to happen. But let me just say in one of the states that I have residence in, we have a place called Work Hardening. We have places set up like factories. We have places set up like most work environments. And when you come there, they take you through the process as if you was working a full day of work. And if the clinicians watch you, they send you to therapists. The therapists watch you, evaluate you. They see what your strength is to see if there's any improvement there or anything like that. You're good to go. You're going. They're not going to sit there and make them no lies to keep you receiving Medicaid benefits when you are very capable of going to work. Let's keep going.
The bill also requires states to check for eligibility every 6 months to prevent people from double enrolling in more than one state's Medicaid program and remove illegal immigrants or others who don't qualify.
Remove illegal immigrants and others who don't qualify. He gonna be cutting Medicaid. He cutting Medicaid. Yes, to individuals who are illegal and don't qualify. But at the same time, there are still some people who are considered illegal or undocumented that still may get it. There's some little bit of loopholes in there. Just listen.
It also makes changes to the Affordable Care Act that reduce federal funds to states that choose to cover immigrants who may not qualify under federal rules.
There you go. They're going to try to twist this in such a way to where they're going to try to blame it on the government, right? Federal government, it is. Federal government under Trump is saying, we're not about to sit there and pay for illegal aliens and what y'all call undocumented citizens, especially you in these sanctuary cities. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to leave that up to y'all. Let's see what the state does in regards to housing the undocumented, the illegal aliens. Let's see what y'all do with that budget and how y'all going to run y'all states to the ground. Let's see how the taxpayers, your constituents in those states are going to feel when the state starts using the money to pay for these illegals or these undocumented without no federal funding. Let's see how that goes.
He's taken away so much from people. He's taken away food.
That's a reference to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, commonly called food stamps. As with Medicaid, the law doesn't change eligibility, but includes work requirements for able-bodied recipients and extends those work requirements from the current cutoff age of 54 to 64.
Limits eligibility to citizens, legal immigrants, shift costs to the states. I just explained that to you guys. What makes these people think that folks going to go around not getting no food? Guys, I'm not trying to be funny. Have y'all ever in your entire life, all the stuff that I've experienced, and I know y'all can say it's anecdotal, but all the things that I've experienced and things I've been around from Chicago to Central Illinois, Decatur, I have not known of one person in my entire life that I can say or heard a story about a person starving to death. Have you? I know there was a time where I'm not even going to get into it, but I never heard of anybody that died from starvation ever. I'm talking about the poorest, the crackheads we grew up around, the homeless people. These folks, a lot of these homeless folks seem to be in better shape than a lot of regular Americans. These suckers are walking, pushing carts, carrying carts, and they are in good shape. What I'm saying that for is this. When did we come to a point to where y'all allow the news to sit there and dictate to you guys that there are people around here starving? You know how many food pantries there are? How many churches have food pantries? There's so much food that sometimes they got to throw the stuff away. Trust me, I know. We help individuals get hooked up to these programs to go to certain churches to receive food boxes. And y'all talking about people starving.
It exempts pregnant women and parents with children
Let me go back a little bit so I can hear what was
14
said.
54 to 64, but includes work requirements for able-bodied recipients and extends those work requirements from the current cutoff age of 54 to 64. It exempts pregnant women and parents with children younger than 14. It also limits eligibility to citizens and legal immigrants in most cases, and it shifts some of the costs to the states.
The tax cuts that they have made for folks who make an awful lot of money, those tax cuts are permanent. Those are the ones that should be temporary. Let those folks who work in a service industry that most of us would not want to, let them benefit from the tax cuts because they need them.
That's a reference to the much talked about provision reducing taxes on tips. And indeed, those are set to expire in 2028. That's also the case with two other changes.
I hope y'all heard that. Those of you that are going to be in these services where you're going to be receiving tips and things like that, where there's going to be no taxes on tips. I think I'm being told $12,000, but also being told $25,000, which is a cutoff point, right? This is going to last until Trump's out of the office. Once he's out, I don't know what's going to happen after that. You better hope that the next person that gets in may want to keep that going.
Let's look at all three. No tax on tips. Taxpayers can deduct up to $25,000 in tips on their tax returns. This starts phasing out on incomes greater than $150,000 for individuals and $300,000 for couples. There are provisions designed to prevent regular income from being reclassified as tips.
Got a question. I don't know this stuff. What's considered a tip? Strippers? I know waitresses, DoorDashers, Shipt, all those delivery services. What about folks that are content creators? For example, myself. Whenever I go live a lot of times, or sometimes you guys in the comment section, you guys will leave me a super chat. Are those super chats considered a tip? What about those of us that has Patreon? Because we providing you guys with a service, y'all pledge to us a month. Could that be considered a tip? But my goodness, deduct up to $25,000 on tips. I got to ask some tax experts about that right there. But golly, if you making $150,000 and if you make $150,000 and $25,000 of that $150 can be untaxable, that's awesome. That is awesome. You got 4 years to try to just really stack some money right now, folks. Take advantage of it.
No tax on overtime. Taxpayers will be able to deduct overtime income up to a $12,500 limit, $25,000 for couples.
Okay, $25,000 for couples, not individuals. Okay.
This also phases out for wealthier taxpayers. Trump accounts. This will be a savings program for all babies born in the United States during Trump's second term.
A one-time $1,000 government contribution for you having a child.
The government will make a one-time $1,000 contribution, and families can contribute up to $5,000 a year. The money can't be used until the child turns 18.
Wow. Why not do that and take advantage of that? Why not do that and take advantage of that? Do it. Whoa, what happened? Anyone want to hear that? How awesome is that?
This also phases out for wealthier taxpayers. States during Trump's second term. The government will make a one-time $1,000 contribution, and families can contribute up to $5,000 a year. The money can't be used until the child turns 18.
That is awesome.
There are other adjustments to the existing tax code that will affect millions of Americans. For instance, the standard deduction is going up from $15,000 to $15,750 for singles and from $30,000 to $31,500 for couples. Those limits will automatically rise with inflation. And the child tax credit will go from $2,000 to $2,200. It also will rise with inflation. There's a lot more in this bill that we just don't have time to go through tonight, but we will continue to go over some of the items that concern many of you. Reporting in the News Center, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You got it raw, straight from his mouth. And that was an excellent breakdown of what he did right there. At least you're going to be understanding what you get yourself into. So check this out. Some of y'all might think I'm going to be crazy for saying what I'm saying right now because I talked to some of my buddies over the 4th of July. When he just mentioned that going up, folks got mad. And I said, but I'm not, no, look, don't. I know some of my buddies, some of us in medicine, and even the ones who are working in the hospitals. And I see a lot of you guys, whether you guys are the techs, therapist, whatever, you guys were upset about this. And I said, look, I'm not trying to say this to be funny. You know how you can get that back within a matter of a month? What are you talking about, Ty? Sign up for DoorDash. My mentees right now, they do really well on DoorDash. So imagine right now, let's just say, no, I'm not going to say me because y'all going to be like, y'all trying to be all in my business. But let me give you an example of somebody that's in medicine. Let's say, okay, I'll use nope. Okay, Dr. John Doe. Dr. John Doe is going to be getting hit with these taxes as well. But what if Dr. John Doe did DoorDash on the side? And while he's doing DoorDash on the side, $12-some thousand in tips can be untaxable. Guys, I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling you right now. Look, I promise y'all I'm not saying this to be bragging. What I owe in taxes is what some people make in their whole entire career. Shout out to Donna Baird down in Panama City. She said this one time, and it was really inspiring. She said, although I'm being taxed like crazy, but it is amazing to know that what I'm being taxed for right now is what I used to make as a whole career. What am I saying that for? Whatever I'm getting hit with on taxes and a lot of other folks, imagine doing a little bit of side deliveries and $12-some thousand can be untaxed. I'm just telling y'all, some of y'all out there right now, man, this everything going up with inflation and all da. You can go and do some night DoorDash. Nobody don't have to know who you are. I'm trying to help some of y'all. I'm dead serious. Do some DoorDashing, some Shipt. I don't know what the other stuff, y'all know what all the stuff is, other delivery services, but to receive those tips that won't be taxed, but then yet you're going to be getting taxes taken out. So at least you can do something to counter that. I'm just saying, I'm a capitalist. I look for every opportunity where I can get a deal in on that. So I'm just saying, you might catch me out there doing some DoorDashing. You ain't going to tax me for $12,000. That's easy money right there. Come on, y'all, please. Anyway, I'm just giving y'all some game. Call me crazy. Anyway. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are on this by putting in the comments below after this video. And do not forget to do what you see in this section right here. That will greatly help my channel. The next video that I will be doing tonight, if I do one, will be that one up there. Things I did as of yesterday that you may have missed right here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.